Alright, question 3. How often would you say you read in math?
We read a lot because it's like different levels in reading. And sometimes she reads to us like the problems and all.
What do you read?
We read like math, the sum and the product of questions, math questions.
Okay.
We barely read because in the advanced.
Uh-huh.
So yeah.
Okay. So does she make you read alone then? Like to
Yeah.
yourselves?
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, so we don't read much in math, but we only read if the directions.
So directions for word like problems, to solve an equation, things like that. Alright?
Oh, we read big giant paragraphs
About what?
about math, the problem, solution.
Alright.
We read not that much, because we mostly read by ourselves, and we don't read problems out loud.
Alright?
We don't read that much.
You don't read that much? So how do you know what to do? Do they tell you the directions or you gotta read by yourself again?
Yeah.
Okay. This I'm gonna just say the other question because it goes along with it. Do you like reading in math class?
Yes.
Why?
Because it helps me understand the problems more. And it actually helps you more to be able to write it out.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can keep it in notes and it'll help me with quizzes and tests that we do.
Okay. Good.
It helps me because I can take notes on it and it's easy to understand what's going on.
Yep.
Yes, because it helps me understand.
Alright.
Yeah, because if I need to study like vocab or notes, yeah, it makes it easier for me to understand it.
Yep.
Because it's easier to, when you do tests, you can know what you need to do.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I like reading math because if you would always read a math textbook, it would like read you step by step like an instruction to help you understand it more.
Yep.
I do like reading because it helps me understand more of what we have to do in our work and like
Okay. That was good.
Okay. As I continue on, so that's from the current slide. As you heard, the reading in math class is very vital to the students' comprehensible input, and these are for all learners. The learners in this classroom, the learners that I focused on in this focus group, were mainly English language learners. These were learners that I've had from the 6th grade. That's currently, some of them are in 6th grade, some of them are in 7th, some of them are in 8th grade. They do not receive any kind of tutoring support, any kind of ESO support during the math classes, but in the literacy classes they do. But like many of them said, they enjoy reading in math, they understand it, it's easier. So I thought that was very important to my study, and I wanted to share that question and response with you. Moving on, teacher questionnaire. These were for all the teachers. This was something they answered alone. Do you currently have a math classroom library? Most of them, out of the 6 people that I interviewed, do have a math classroom library. They wish they had more resources, but with what they're using, it is important and critical. Is there a word wall in your classroom? Every math teacher has a word wall in your classroom. Every teacher's mandated to have one according to their district. And how often do you refer to it? As I mentioned earlier, they said that they do refer to it often, but I did not see that during my observations. How do you incorporate literacy skills into your daily lessons? A variety of different instructional approaches were said here, as you will see in the paper. Do students use math journals in your class? If so, how often? What is their primary use for? Every student in these classes use math journals, and there are a variety of different uses for it. What strategies have you used to motivate and engage your students in reading and writing about math? Again, different approaches, different instructional activities are valid here, as you will know and you will see in the paper. And on average, how long do your students read and write in your classroom? Every teacher noted that students are reading and writing over 30 or 45 minutes in a given classroom period. And that's about in a 90-minute period. My conclusions. Incorporating literacy instruction with mathematics lessons can improve students' ability to learn and understand. According to Draper, he's often referred to in my paper, as you will note, this is across disciplines. I believe as an English teacher in secondary school, Despite this advice, math educators still are struggling with the fact of incorporating literacy into mathematics based on my observations, based on some of the focus group questions, based on my teacher questionnaire. For example, initiating questions, using those higher level order thinking questions, word problems, math discourse, the academic discourse throughout the classroom, and open-ended questions is a challenge for some of the instructors now. Implications and recommendations. These are things as a literacy teacher that I offer to math teachers to use in content areas. Think, pair, share. Math stories with question and answers, using textual mathematical evidence to support answers' validity. Making predictions in mathematics as done in literacy classes. Charades with math vocabulary. Kids love it. Spelling with math vocabulary. Plays or scripts using math history content. Kids love that. Online math games used during small group instruction or stations. For example, Cool Math. Math game boards with writing and pictures.